수요일 오전 같은 시간이에요. 8시 20분에 2부를 본방송으로 만나실 수 있습니다. 아쉽게도 아침에 아침 준비하느냐고 못 들었다 하시는 분들은요, 괜찮습니다. 같은 날 화요일과 수요일 저녁 8시 20분에도요 1부, 2부 재방송이 되니까요 많이 들어주시고요. 명절에 일어날 수 있는 가족들 간의 갈등이나 해결할 수 있는 방법들, 법률 정보들, 꿀팁들 많이 얻어가셨으면 좋겠습니다. 평일에 늘 만나는 우리 주요 프로그램이죠. YTN 라디오의 간판과도 같은 대표 프로그램들, 뉴스 파이팅, 슬기로운 라디오 생활, 이슈앤피플, 생생경제, 정면 승부까지 이런 방송들이 이번 연휴에는 쉬어가잖아요. 근데 기다리는 분들이 계실 것 같아서 저희가 귀성들 신년 특집 몰아보기 콘텐츠를 YTN 라디오 유튜브 채널에 준비했습니다. 올해 나도 주식 대박을 다 하시는 분들 2025년 투자 전략 백서가 저희 YTN 라디오 유튜브 채널에 1월 28일에 영상이 공개됩니다. 와서 한번 확인해 보시고요. 조영남, 홍영환의 철학을 말하다, 그리고 헬스 디렉터 김병곤과 공부의 신 강성태, 부자 1타 강사 김현회, 작심삼일 탈피 대작전까지 다양하게 준비가 돼 있어요. 1월 28일부터 1월 30일까지 YTN 라디오 유튜브 채널에서 순차적으로 업로드해서 여러분들에게 공개해드릴 예정이니까요. 볼거리 많은 저희 YTN 라디오 유튜브 채널도 찾아와 주시기 바랍니다. 이 시간도 다양한 음악과 그리고 주요 뉴스 함께 하겠습니다. 문자와 채팅창에 여러분들 참여해 주실 수 있는데요. 먼저 문자 메시지 번호는 샵 0945 우물정 0945번입니다. 단문 50원, 장문 100원의 유료 문자고요. YTN 라디오 앱 라이브 채팅창 무료입니다. 신청곡과 사연 보내주시면 이 시간에 함께 나눠볼게요. 팝으로 또 두 곡이 준비되어 있습니다. 함께 들어보죠. 오티스 레딩의 I've been loving you too, 그리고 엘튼 존의 Sorry seems to be the hardest word까지 노래 두 곡 만나봅니다.
문제는 뭐냐면은 플라스틱을 쓰고 버려지는 것들, 개 밖으로 벌어지는 것들의 대부분들이 아까도 얘기했지만 유기농 제품이라고 보시면, 근데 버려지는 제품들 중에 40%가 어떤 거냐면 유기농
버스 전용 차로를 이용할 수 없습니다. 주의하세요.
When there is a need to go outside, make sure to keep your body temperature warm with hats, earmuffs, and scarves. Be sure to cover your water gauge with old clothes, towels, and blankets, and secure them with duct tape to prevent any cold air from entering. If your water meter freezes, make sure you slowly melt it by using warm water or a hairdryer.
keep really good rhythm by themselves, but also with someone else. So it's just a big part of what I've practiced my whole life.
I see. Do you practice with the metronome?
Yes, I do. I also play jazz piano now, so that is what I practice the most now, and I spend a lot of time with my metronome.
Right. It's not the most fun thing to do, practicing with the metronome, but it is
Like,
needed.
you know, the body can help keep time. Like, you know, when we move our body, it keeps us in rhythm.
Right. Because I was just blown away by your sense of timing and just like, you know, very precise, just like musical instrument. Tap dancing is just like playing drums, you know, percussion, you know,
Yeah.
same thing, I guess. So we talked a little bit off air about the jazz, the swing dance, the community in Korea. You know, everything that we talk about off air is always interesting. So I want to talk about that on air as well. What brought you to Korea was this event called
약 800m 앞 시속 110km 단속 구간입니다.
Swing Dance Festival. Fair to say.
Yes, it's a jazz dance festival. It's a small difference, but this particular festival focuses on dancing to jazz music without a dance partner. So it is a type of swing dance that you do without a partner.
I see. So you were invited as, I guess, as a lecturer. Or did you give any lecture?
Yes. So when I'm here, I teach classes for people who are aspiring or semi-professional or professional dancers, and I also there are these contests or competitions of people who prepare choreography or who improvise, and I'm one of the judges.
Wow, being a judge is not easy, I guess.
It's not easy, but in Korea it's very fun because the swing dancers, the jazz dancers in Korea are very skilled.
Right.
They're very talented and they're very passionate.
Right.
So it's actually very enjoyable because I'm judging a lot of people who are great dancers.
Right. Okay. Going back to the concept of swing dance, right? You, I think, mentioned a couple of different subcategories of swing dance. Lindy hop, you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
What is Lindy hop?
Yeah, so swing is a big word for a number of different styles of partnered dance to jazz music that is usually improvised. Lindy hop is from Harlem in New York City,
Right.
from the late 1920s,
Right.
and it is usually very fast. It's very athletic. It sometimes involves throwing people in the air. It can be improvised. It can be choreographed, but mostly it is a social dance. So you meet someone on the dance floor, music plays, and you make it up as you go along.
I see. So it is sort of, as you mentioned, partnered dance type of dance, right?
Yes.
Lindy hop. But you say social dance. I mean, I think in Korea there has been a lot of, back in the day, a lot of sort of negative connotation involved with social dance, right? But it is very wholesome social dance, Lindy hop.
It is. Swing dance, I can only speak to my experience of swing dance, but swing dance is something that you can do with your romantic partner, yes, but it is also something you can do with your best friends,
Right.
or a stranger, or your family. It is a dance. It is a social dance in the way that you can have a conversation with anyone. You can dance with anyone.
Right. It involves throwing that person up in the air.
Not always. Not always. That is for special occasions.
Right.
약 800m 앞 시속 110km 단속 구간입니다.
For swing dance.
Yes, Charleston is a kind of a group of steps that were very popular and have been sort of absorbed by the Lindy hop. So when you dance the Lindy hop, it involves the Charleston step.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of this dance type, jitterbug, where it used to be very popular in Korea, is actually pronounced jitterbug in Korea. What is a jitterbug?
In America, jitterbug is basically another name for the Lindy hop.
평균 시속 110km 단속 구간 주행 중입니다.
Name for the Lindy hop, and the Lindy hop is the right name for the Lindy hop. But there's no right or wrong names, but it's the original name for the dance is the Lindy hop.
I see. Okay.
In terms of history, in order.
Okay, that was Swing Dance 101 by our instructor, Caleb.
I am not a professional historian or anything. I'm just an enthusiast.
Very interesting though. We talked about how Korean people are so passionate, and I'm sure that you were initially very surprised by how big swing dance community here is active in Korea, right?
Yes.
And then you said it's fourth time you're visiting Korea. Right?
Yes. So my first time was actually right before the pandemic in 2020, but Lindy Hop has existed. Lindy Hop and jazz dance has been happening in Korea since 1999. There was a dancer named Alex Na who brought Lindy Hop to Korea. There was a big swing dance craze in America and in Europe in the 1990s, and it made its way to Asia as well. And then these little communities started in Korea, people who were enthusiastic, people who wanted to learn the dance, people who loved the music.